Welcome to this video presentation of NATO Air Logistics. After this presentation, you should be able to summarize the characteristics of air logistics, explain the deployable operation base from a joint logistics support group point of view, explain the flow of supply from the Theatre Logistic Base and the national support elements, and explain the stockpiling for air forces. Air operations are operations that utilize NATO's ability to use airspace for military purposes and to secure its own freedom of action, to fight an adversary, to create situational awareness, and to move people and equipment in order to influence the course of actions and events. The basic characteristics of an air operations are altitude, speed, and range. Well-planned and executed air logistics lay the foundation for each aircraft's ability to solve its tasks. Even if Joint Logistics Support Group are the owner of the fuel, the physical delivery by air-to-air refueling is planned and executed as an operation by the air component. Air-to-air refueling is not a logistic task. Air logistics must be customizable to satisfy the need of speed and efficiency in all conditions. The weapon system used by the air forces are often technically complex and place a huge strain on maintenance facilities, handling, and service facilities. In addition, logistics must be able to adapt to operations outside its own base. It is very demanding, especially if you need to set up an operation at an empty airport. Then you need to bring all the resources to the empty airport and establish a flow of personnel and equipment to this airport. Adding security and force protection around the airport makes the support complex as well. The main differences between the air and land logistic is that land forces are to a much greater extent mobile in operations, while air forces often are connected to one airport or a base. Air logistics has a number of principles that aim to optimize logistic procedures to maintain the pace of an air operations. The most demanding in an air logistics is the technical support that modern air forces or aircrafts needs. This requires a very high competence and advanced facilities to a significant higher extent than for land or maritime forces. Of the class supplies, Class 3 fuel may limit operation. Air is the component that has the largest fuel consumption in the theater. The demands for high quality of the air fuel are also significantly higher than for the other components. Class 5 ammunition will also be challenging due to the ammunition's technical complexity. A deployable operation base is a logistic area under the command of the Air Component Command. The deployable operation base are normally located at an airport where fixed wing or rotary wing operate. The Air Command is responsible to establish and operate the deployable operation base. The deployable operation base seeks to use the fixed fuel tanks at the airports where they are located. To reduce the number of times that the fuel are reloaded, one seeks to fill the aircrafts directly from the tanks facilities that the deployable operation base maintains. Air Force units will stockpile at the first line all classes, and at the deployable operation base will stockpile on the second line. However, the deployable operation base will also stockpile Class 3 fuel for the first line due to their access to the storage tanks and equipment. Air Force uses normally pull system on all classes from the deployable operation base down to either the air units or the aircraft or helicopter. Theatre Logistic Base uses the push system to the Deployable Operation Base on Class 1 and Class 3. National Support Element uses pull system to the Deployable Operation Base on Class 2, Class 4 and Class 5. National Support Element and the Joint Logistic Support Group coordinates between each other the division of the responsibilities for Class 4. We have in this presentation introduced you to the NATO air logistics. Key takeaway: Air Force is a static to an airport. Normally only rotary wings are located inside the joint operation area. Large consumption of Class 5 fuel, and the fuel quality is vital. Thank you for following this presentation.